Hello my lovely paint pouring friends. I'm going to do a mini canvas today in this series that is for complete beginners using just paint and water. And today I want to show you how you can get cells, because I'm sure if you looked into doing paint pouring, you've seen all the beautiful cells, and a lot of people, that's what they try to get. They try to get cells with the paint pouring. And today I'm going to show you how you can get beautiful cells with just paint and water. No silicone, no pouring mediums, just paint and water to get cells. So all I'm doing is I've got my 5x7 little canvas and I've taped it on the back, put my little push pins in, so that gives me space underneath so I can get hold of it and tip it and get all those drips off from around the edge. Now all I'm going to do is I've mixed some just cheap white paint. All this paint is just the Dale and Rowney. It's only a couple of quid for these little tubes of paint. So any cheap paint, because all I want to do for this is put a base on, just to give the paint something, the colours, something to flow easily across. So all I'm going to do is cover that canvas just very quickly. This is a brilliant technique for using up all your mixed colours. So if you've got lots of colours, like I always have, I've always got lots of colours that I've mixed up around my studio, and then this is a great technique for using all those colours up. So I'm just going to cover those edges. Get them nicely covered, because it doesn't matter what colour you do the base. This, you could do this any colour you wanted. It really doesn't matter. It's not really going to show because you're going to put your colours on the top of this, and this is purely for the paints to have something to glide over. And I'm doing my canvas portrait mode this time. Just wipe my hands, because I just want it to come down this way with the swipe. So I'm going to do a swipe. I'm going to just get rid of those bubbles. For this technique, I find it's not quite so important to get rid of all the bubbles, so I don't worry about it too much. And my paints are all a mishmash of colours. They're all ones that I've previously mixed, and I'm just going to pour them on the canvas. So this is a really simple technique, but it's so much fun because you just splash a load of paint around. I love doing these. I love doing these, just a swipe with all your old paints that you've previously mixed, and just want to use them up, or you can mix them especially for me. It really doesn't matter. I just find it a great way to use up all these paints, and these are just paint and water. So the base was just mixed with just a cheap acrylic paint and water, and these colours are, well, all these colours, oh, apart from the one, I've got one that's Arteza, an Arteza red, but all the other colours are all Amsterdam paints. But it doesn't matter what colour they are. You will get some blending, but that's part of the beauty of it. I think that's part of the beauty of this technique. So see, I'm just able to use up all these little bits of paint. Yeah. I've got quite a few different ones here. So you might have seen me using some of these in the previous pours from this mini series for these little canvases, using just paint and water. So these colours are possibly what I've already used in the previous videos. So check them out, because there's all different types of techniques on this series. If you haven't already subscribed, click the subscribe button and click the little bell notification so you get notified when I bring out more videos. And then you can follow along with this series, because this is just for complete beginners, and I've really tried to make it so simple to follow along with, and you don't need many paints, just these little 5 by 7 inch canvas, or whatever size you want, doesn't matter. I just thought it takes up less space with these little canvases, and they're just great fun to do. So hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification so you can follow along with me. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. I really do appreciate my subscribers and my followers. Now use that green up. That's a beautiful green. So you put lots and lots of colours on here. And this is the Arteza. This is the Scarlet Red by Arteza. That's that one. So this is the consistency I've got these. Just a little tiny heap as you pour it off the stick, and then it disappears. Oh, you're not in. Sorry, I'm not in. Not even showing you on the camera, am I? Little tiny heap and disappears. So just mix with water. So give that a little. I do like to put a bit of a bright colour in on the top, so we've got something coming through. Can use that one up as well. There, that's another one used up. So I'll give it a quick torch, but like I said, don't worry too much about the bubbles with this technique. So what I like to swipe it with is a piece of tissue. So I've just got this piece of tissue, and I'll just move that out of the way because I want to show you. Oopsie, let's wipe that paint up because we don't want that poured back onto the top. So all I do is get my piece of tissue, and then I have some water in just a little spray bottle, and I just wet that edge like that. So that's all ready for us when we're ready to do the swipe. Now, wipe my hands again. Now, I've got a white paint here. Now, this is the Amsterdam Titanium White. And this works really well as a swipe colour. So all I've done is mix that with water. And that's the consistency. Off camera again. Sorry. There's the consistency. Hope you can see that. But I've got that. So I'd say this is just a little bit thinner than the colours. A little bit thinner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a row of this, or a line of this, across here. I'm going to do another line in the middle. So when we pull the swipe down, it catches this colour, this white here, and then it catches it again there. You don't have to put the two on. You can do it however you want. But just for this one, I'll put two on. So as close to that top as we can get it. And then a line down that middle. It's easy to pour it on, isn't it? Like that. And now with my wet tissue, I'm going to put that on the colours at the top, on the white at the top, not over the top of the canvas, not over the edge, just along that line of colour. And I'm just going to drag that down You can already see cells popping up. Get rid of that bit of tissue. Now, if I get my torch and give it a bit of a torch, you'll see more cells popping through. I just think it's magical how this works. I think it's beautiful and it gives some lovely effects. Now, what we can do with this white is we could get another piece of tissue and pull it that way, because there's still quite a lot of white up there. Or we can just tip it backwards and forwards, get some movement. See, the cells are quite small at the moment. If I lift that up a little bit, can you see all those beautiful cells? Isn't that gorgeous? But we can open them up, little movements backwards and forwards. Tip some of that off at the top. Because we've got a lot of paint on there, don't forget. But that gives us paint that we can move to stretch those bubbles out, to stretch those little cells out. Don't overstretch. But you can see how they're opening up nicely. Just off that corner a little bit. And then back again. And then down off this corner here. You see all those beautiful colours opening up. See, as you tip more off and stretch that out a bit, all the colours from underneath start coming through. And it really does give a beautiful effect. I think I might leave that there, because I really like how that looks. So just move it into camera a bit more. There we go. So I'll give it another torch. There. Now I'll bring it down for a close-up. I've got a couple more that I did earlier on some tiles, because I do this to get some skins to make jewellery out of. So I've done a couple previously that are still wet. I did some earlier today. So I'll show you those at the end, and I'm just going to do another quick one, and I'm going to do that with a black cell activator, a black swipe colour. So I'll bring my other canvas in, and I'll get some white paint on there. So that's just got some colour on my canvas. I put my white base on and I've put my colours on. I'm just going to give it a little tilt to cover it over, because there's quite a lot of paint on there. I didn't think you'd want to sit and watch me do the whole lot again, so I just thought I'd do it off camera. So now I'm going to come in with my black paint, and this is the Amsterdam Black Oxide with water, and I've mixed it just to that consistency. I hope you can see that consistency. It's a bit difficult with black paint to show it on camera, but that's my Black Oxide by Amsterdam. And I'm going to I need to get my tissue ready. So let's get that ready. Spray it with water. So that's that. And then I'm going to come in and put my black paint across the top and down the centre, just to catch both parts, and then fold my tissue over so I don't dip it in the paint like that. And I'm just going to put the tissue on that black paint there and drag it over those colours like that. And you can see straight away how those cells are just popping through. Just look absolutely beautiful. I'll give it a quick torch. torch it and it creates bubbles which forces the paint underneath to come through a bit further. You see these little cells popping through as I go in with the torch. Depends how many cells you want really. You maybe don't want a whole canvas full of cells. You might just want some big ones or lots of little ones, but can you see how gorgeous they look? All coming through nicely. So I'm going to start tipping it because there's a lot of paint on this little canvas. And we don't want too much on because it could cause problems with cracking if we leave too much on. It'll take a long time to dry. That is looking beautiful. The turquoise and black. See, it gives a completely different look to what we had with the white. Don't want to do too much to this, but I do need to get a little bit of that paint off. I'm just going to take it off this corner a wee bit. There, and back again. But that is looking very pretty. Just want to cover those corners and take it back. Turn it around so I can get the other side. This corner here. I only want it over the edge and then pull it back again. And then of course got to do this fourth corner. But that is looking beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So two completely different effects just by using the black or the white as the swipe colour. How gorgeous is that? So what I'll do is I'll clean my hands up and I'll bring you down for a close-up and I'll show you the two previous ones that I did as well. So these are the two that I did earlier, and these are on 6 by 6 inch ceramic tiles because I've done these just for the skins, so I can take the paint off as it dries and use the skins for jewellery making. So doesn't that look gorgeous? Look at those cells. Just paint and water, no silicone or anything, no pouring medium. So that's the one that I did earlier with the white swipe colour, and this is the one that I did with the black swipe colour earlier. Those look beautiful. I'm going to get some gorgeous skins out of those. We'll do all sorts of different things with those. Make collages and jewellery, whatever you want to do. It just looks stunning. So that's those two. And this is the one that I've just done, the first one that I did on this video, which is the white swipe colour. And it just looks beautiful. It looks so nice, all those lovely cells. But this is my favourite one. I just think it looks magical. I love the colours in it. I love the colour combination. And I love how all the cells have come through and the shapes of the cells. I think it looks beautiful. So that's the sort of thing you can do with just paint and water. So I've got a blog that I've been putting some articles on, writing some articles that helps especially beginner paint pourers get started, and lots of tips and ideas. And the blog is called pourgreatart.com. So go and have a look over there and it'll give you lots of ideas. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.